My name is Alan Lacey, and I'm a wildlife filmmaker, cameraman, and producer. Adventure with me as I explore the amazing world of nature and show you what it's like filming the wild. Well, good morning. It's been a while since I've put out a little video getting out into the field and filming, so this morning I kind of thought I'd get out and do that. I was out scouting around a little last night and I found a cactus wren nest, and so at least I think that's what it is. I'm pretty excited to get out there this morning and see if I can't film the adults bringing in food. So we'll see what we can get. It's going to be kind of a fun little mission today. So I am heading out that way. It's just a short drive from where I'm staying, so I'll catch you guys when I get there.
Slave in the darkness, alone in my apartment. I should have seen the warning.
This time of year, the desert just comes alive as spring is in full swing here. Kind of a calm before the storm, if you will, as extremely hot temperatures are just around the corner.
What does it mean to be free?
But this also means that the local wildlife in the area is taking full advantage of the great weather to raise their young and prepare for the coming summer ahead.
Life is more than what we've been told it's supposed.
I've been working on a new project to film a story about the Sonoran Desert and how it comes alive if you take the time to notice and see the life around you. This is pretty much exactly how I noticed the cactus wren nest last night. I was just out in the desert with my camera enjoying the peace and quiet of nature, and the quiet was suddenly interrupted by their loud, distinctive call. And the next thing I knew, I see a cactus wren fly into some cholla, and sure enough, there's a nest. Alright, so I just kind of pulled up where I was at last night, where I saw the nest. It's a little ways off still, but just wanted to park in a place that I could get out without disturbing. And it's a bit windy this morning. Been noticing that on the drive out, it's quite windy, so it could be a challenge today. One of the things that's always difficult when you have a longer lens. I might not put the long lens on today. We'll see. But you get a lot of camera shake if there's a lot of wind, if you don't have a really sturdy rig. And it's a good sturdy rig, but it isn't the heaviest camera, so wind certainly moves it around a little bit. So it's going to be an adventure today. We'll see kind of how it goes, but it's still going to be good. I'm just sort of sitting here, just sort of letting the feel of nature just come back.
Put your hand in my hand, darling, say go. Keep your eyes on the horizon, stay gold. All I need are your eyes, you're my arrow. Now we're running into the wild.
One of the things I love about the desert is the simple beauty it has. The cactus, the mesquite and palo verde, the ruggedness of the mountains. It's teeming with life when you know how to look for it, or rather let it find you.
Put your head on my shoulder, you're safe now. When the rain comes, we'll head for the high ground. If the stars watching over us fade out, we'll keep running into the wild.
After a short little jaunt, I made it to the nest, though I didn't want to approach it directly, so I kept my distance in order not to disturb them and let them behave as naturally as possible. The best place to view the nest was about 30 yards away and right next to some staghorn cholla. Not the most ideal, but the only place I could really get a decent enough view of the nest entrance. Next was to set up the tripod and camera. I've recently acquired the new Sony a7S III, which is a fantastic camera for wildlife, as it can film in 120 frames per second, which creates amazing slow motion, something that really comes in handy in wildlife filmmaking.
I'm tired of dreaming, all my days are yours.
There's quite a bit that goes into the gear needed to film. However, it doesn't mean you can't film stories with just your iPhone either. It's in how you use your equipment to the best of its ability. Although, a long lens is extremely helpful if you're planning to capture a lot of detail, given how hard it is to get close to wildlife. It's important to get all of your settings dialed in before you start filming. One of the most important things is balancing your camera on your tripod, which makes panning and tilting so much easier without fighting the weight of it all. Other settings to consider are things like white balance, which I usually do manually, and in this case I set to 5800 degrees Kelvin. Another setting that's important is your ISO, which in this case I set at 640, or the native ISO for the A7S III. And once all of that was set, it was time to wait for the cactus wren to show up and film. Cactus wrens are the largest of the wrens in North America. They are truly a desert species, meaning they don't really need standing water to survive, but acquire enough moisture through the insects they eat. Each spring, the female will begin building a nest, which the male then joins in, and together they build a football-sized nest with a long, narrow entrance, just big enough for them to crawl in. Inside, there will be 2 to 7 young, and I could just barely hear them calling each time a parent came to deliver food. In a few short weeks, they will grow quickly and eventually leave the safety of the nest, making short flights to the safety of nearby Cholla or Palo Verde, learning how to catch insects as well. Across the Southwest, Cactus wrens are rather common, and you can hear their distinctive call, which can be rather loud at times, as they are very vocal. However, their numbers are declining every year. Even though their population is considered healthy, it has declined roughly 50% in the past 50 years. I truly love moments in the field, sitting quietly and watching nature unfold right in front of me. It's moments like these that keep inspiring me to film more. All right, guys, that was a cool morning. I'm actually here. I'm back at the truck now because the sun was getting pretty high and I could feel it on me. And yeah, unfortunately, I burn super quick here. It doesn't take me long. I swear 30 seconds and I've already got a burn going. Red-headed and fair-skinned. Yeah, just this Arizona sun is very, very unkind to me. In fact, I even learned last weekend I can burn in the shade, which was quite remarkable, quite an accomplishment. And sad at the same time. Just word for the wise, just don't sit next to something that reflects the sun back into your face even though you're in shade. Yeah, it was a very successful morning. The cactus wrens came almost immediately once I sat down. They were back at it feeding the youngsters, and that was really cool. Got the shot that I was here for. I'm pretty proud of that, and looking forward to getting back and checking out the footage. So I think I'm going to call it here today. Kind of a short video, I think. So if you like to see more films like this, or you're curious about what goes into making a wildlife documentary, be sure to give this film a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more content like this. I would love to have you come along this journey with me as I kind of dive more into the behind the scenes of filmmaking and take you on these different journeys so that you can see what goes into making a wildlife film and documentary. And if you have any questions about what is involved or things you'd like to have answered, drop a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you have to say and answer your questions. So yeah, please feel free to do that. And in the meantime, keep an eye out for another episode of Filming the Wild. All right, let's get this going.